came across some parts for the transfer case. I don't know if I've said in the videos or not. I went to go do the slip yoke eliminator. Pretty good. Okay. Jump those bolts. Whew. That was not fun. Yeah, this off. We had to get this snap ring off, which we ended up using ring pliers. They have these like flat ends on them because it's got this curvature kind of like this. Then we went and bought these snap rings and we were able to get that snap ring out. And turns out I need to do a whole rebuild. So that's pretty much what's happening. I'll get to that later. I ended up buying a new drive shaft. I painted the skid plate. Everything, so I'm pretty much about ready to go. All I have pretty much left to do is come up inside of this frame and paint in there. While the skid plate is off. But basically after that, I will be pretty much ready to go. The problem I faced today when I started to work on it is I noticed something. And this is that something. This is brake fluid. And basically what happened is the bleeder valve was leaking. So I called my parts store and said, I need to get some bleeder valves because I figured I'd just try doing that before I went and replace the whole thing. Well, in any event, I ended up having to take the calipers back and get a new set, so I have to bleed those, and hopefully they'll be good to go. Now, my main goal, at least today in the video, was to get the front drag link and tie rod off. Reason being is because I have this nice new upgraded Curry link, drag link, and tie rod that I wanted to put on there, because as you can see here, it's significantly, well, girthier. Now I will say, nothing has gone smooth today, as you can see. So basically, the rest of the video, I just kind of want to get the brake calipers fixed, get the upgraded steering on, as well as the steering stabilizer. Oh, I did also forget to say, when I did go to take the wheels and tires off, the transfer case, of course, is off, so it actually puked all of the transmission fluid over the floor. Didn't really think that one through. Anyways, should be a good rest of the day. I got all my stuff I need to get taken care of. Went to church, ate, so I need to just get hammering. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've pretty much got everything put back together here. This is just how I had to run my brake lines. You can go back and watch that video, but basically if I ran them the other way and if did any sort of articulation, it would just rip this off. So that's why I've got it run like this. I am a little bit worried if I do a mud tire that it will grab this, but I think I'll be all right. I'll find out, I guess. But yeah, pretty much just gonna finish installing this, and I'm gonna have somebody come pump the brakes for me again for like the 5th time. And yeah, still pretty in love with this ride. I pretty much any excuse I can to use it, I use it. But right now, I'm gonna put the caliper brakes on, or excuse me, bolts on. I have learned everything pretty much the hard way. It's right there. Anybody else have barking dogs at their house? I mean neighbors, you know? Drives me nuts. All right, so I just tightened the brake line down. Everything's tight. I went just a couple ooga-doogas and then backed off because I don't want to break that. Getting this off the pitman arm, but I'm glad I did this because as you can see here, it's pretty worn out. Well, I must say, it's a good thing I haven't been driving. I was looking for a socket, go to put the socket on the nut here. It was already loose. It's already loose. So, safety. Not really sure why I do this, but in my videos you can see me moving mines around. I don't know why I do that, but I do. So, I already acknowledged it before anybody else does. You know, I gotta say one last thing too. You gotta love a nice set of cans. Stop it. Am I gonna get to work? So we got that bolt off. Work my way over here. This ought to be the same one. Need to take the cotter pin out first. Got my little tool bag here. Got my needle nose. They'll be in real good shape, or they'll be just rusted and they'll just fall apart before you really even can do anything with them. So before I go hitting this off too and taking that one off, I am gonna just put this on here a little bit. That way it doesn't just fall right to the ground. Are you a winner? You are a winner. Impact time. Went and looked around and it's right in front of me. All right, bombs away. Beautiful. So these ratcheting wrenches are pretty stinking cool. I call them tubbies. And I'm gonna throw that back here, get that nut off, and crank that soldier boy, get the nut off. Let's do it. We're going live, as Bill O'Reilly says. Oh my good, I don't even got the right socket on it. What are you doing, man? There you go. Got it out. Beautiful. All right, so we got the stabilizer bolt out. Basically, I gotta get this off that pitman arm, which is not gonna be fun. I'm really not sure about this. It looks pretty nasty up here, but this might not be as bad. The problem is I can't get an impact up here. It's gonna be my only problem. Took it time. Oh, they soft. Oh yeah. Pretty much what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna really be able to film it, but I'm just gonna use leverage and try to undo this thing. Okay, so it's been like a week, maybe 2 weeks since I've worked on this thing. And I did finally get the drag link and tie rod off with these. So I was originally using a ball joint separator when I should have actually been using a tie rod separator. And as you can see here, the gaps are different. Well, I spent about an hour beating on it with the ball joint separator, which was not what I needed to be using. So as soon as I picked up the tie rod separator, I hit it about 5 times and then it separated, so no real big deal there. So like most things, a lot of it's just having the right tools, and now I've got the right tools. So if you're having problems getting it off, it's probably just because you don't have the right pickle fork. Pickle wrench. One of the two. So yeah, that wraps up this video. I got some more stuff here. Still working on getting the bearing out. I am having kind of a problem there. I've broken a couple sets of tools. Did pick up a spare tire carrier from Rusty's Off-Road. I'm excited to use this. I wanted to buy a bumper with a spare tire carrier, but there really wasn't anything that looked good to me. And the reason I removed the rear bumper is it stuck out too far, and it also stuck out too far from the body line. So I kind of want something that works together with the body and doesn't stick out super far. So anyways, had a hard time trying to find a bumper, so I just decided to go with this spare tire carrier, and I'll do a whole video on it, so not gonna ruin that. But that concludes this video. It's Memorial Day weekend, and yeah, just gonna kind of relax and enjoy it.